you. How are you?
Fine, my name's Eve Rockford.
I am Mary Willette. Nice
Hi.
to meet you.
You too. So I understand that you're applying for the supply chain specialist position,
Yes.
and I'd like to ask you a few questions. So the first question is, tell me about your education and experience that makes you a prime candidate for this position.
Okay, so my education in supply chain is pretty much all on-the-job training, but my experience is 20 years in the Minnesota Air National Guard, where I was able to do several different jobs such as receiving, shipping, purchasing, some contracting, some quality control, and I also, in the last part of my career, I was doing a lot of training. I would train the troops that would come back from basic training and their formal tech school. I would train them so they could get their next skill level.
Okay.
So I believe that with my experience, that I definitely would be a qualified candidate for this position.
Okay. Okay, the next question would be, on a scale of 1 to 5, with 1 being the lowest and 5 being the highest, how would you rate your previous employer?
I would rate my previous employer a 4.
Okay. What did you not like about your previous employer or boss?
Okay. So I really loved my previous employer. I had the best boss I think I ever had in my whole career. And I loved all my coworkers. I guess the one thing that I didn't like was the fact that I worked there for 5 years and never got a pay raise.
Okay, was it the economy, or did you see other people around you getting pay raises and you didn't, or?
No, it wasn't the economy for sure, because I could see the success of the company in the job that I was doing. And from what I understand from the other employees, they were not getting pay raises either. It was kind of a topic of conversation.
Oh, okay, all right. So in the field of supply chain specialist, what do you not like about this career field?
I really love the supply chain career field. I dedicated 20 years of my life to it. I guess if I would pick one part of the supply chain, it would probably be the inventory part, just because it's not it's not challenging enough. It's monotonous, where you go out and you count your thousands of items, and then you go back and sit at your desk and enter into the computer. So I just feel like the monotony of the inventory job would probably be my least favorite, but I know that there's so many other aspects and positions available in the supply chain that I could definitely put myself in a position to move into.
Okay, great. So I have a hypothetical question. Your manager encourages you to break some small procedural rules in order to be more efficient. How would you respond to that?
Well, I guess a key word would be small procedural rule. As long as it wasn't creating a safety hazard or putting somebody's life in danger, I guess I would be okay to do that. But at the same token, I would recommend that we go to the upper management to get the procedure changed, because I would agree that after doing it, I would have agreed that it definitely was more efficient. And so if the procedure gets changed, then you don't have to put somebody else in that position to do something that they know is not a procedure.
Okay. And then tell me the name of a computer software program that you are very comfortable in using.
Microsoft Excel, because I like to create spreadsheets, and also I like to create formulas.
All right. Last question. Did your former coworkers believe performance should be rewarded over experience?
And it's my opinion that my coworkers felt that performance should be above experience. But in my own personal experience, I believe that the level of experience and the excellent performance is synonymous.
Okay, great. Well, thank you so much. It was nice meeting you, and my staff will be in touch.
Okay, thank you. It's nice meeting you.
Thank you.